Welcome back, YouTube. We are going to start back on the kit car now that I know what the issue that I had was. I'll let you know all about that in a minute. Zach's on his way over here though, so I'm going to make this kind of short, but we'll get back to what the problem was with the motor in a second. But today we're going to do the subframe. Yeah, so pretty much means I don't have to pull the motor. You can probably guess why. I'll explain in a little bit. All right, guys. This definitely takes two people. Nothing's tightened down yet, but getting around those hoses is a pain, like your radiator hoses over there. It's a pain. They only include the hardware for the front bolts. Remember, you got to use the factory bolts for the rear back here. They're these big 21 millimeter dudes right here. And even then, my bolt holes didn't line up, so I had to I let my buddy Zach Huffer, the guy with the Hellcat, he came over and helped me do this. I let him leave, unfortunately, because then I had to grab that and grab this whole piece of frame right here and squish it this way just to get the bolt to go up through there. And then I was worried I was cross-threading it the whole time and all that, but it went up there. So now I've got to tighten everything down, but we'll do some more walk around out here in a minute. But I'm gonna go ahead and torque everything down here, and we'll get back to it. All right, guys, this definitely takes two people. Nothing's tightened down yet, but getting around those hoses is a pain, like your radiator hoses over there. It's a pain. They only include the hardware for the front bolts. Remember, you got to use the factory bolts for the rear back here. They're these big 21 millimeter dudes right here. And even then, my bolt holes didn't line up, so I had to I let my buddy Zach Huffer, the guy with the Hellcat, he came over and helped me do this. I let him leave. Unfortunately, because then I had to grab that and grab this whole piece of frame right here and squish it this way just to get the bolt to go up through there. And then I was worried I was cross-threading it the whole time and all that, but it went up there. So now I've got to tighten everything down, but we'll do some more walk around out here in a minute. But I'm gonna go ahead and torque everything down here, and we'll get back to it. All right, guys, the subframe is done. Had to torque these down to 100 and 100. This is 15/16, and this is a 21 millimeter, sorry. And these were 41 foot-pounds, and they were 15 millimeters also, because you use the factory hardware off of the kit car. Remember, I got these off of Amazon for 130 bucks or something like that. I don't remember what I said. $130 for both, whereas if you go to AutoZone, you're going to be paying $130 for one. So don't seem to be having any quality issues with them. So I'm pretty happy with them, I guess you'd say. So anyways, there's that. Still have to do the solid motor mounts. I hadn't done those yet or anything like that. So yeah, more to come, but we're gonna see how far we get. I think I'm gonna go ahead and assemble the struts. I don't know if I'll put them on, but I'll go ahead and assemble them probably in this video and let you guys see that. And I don't know, we'll just see how far we get. Also, I think all of this, I think I complained to you guys about how that's so close. I think all I have to do is take this whole cylinder loose right here and just rotate this whole thing. Though my clamp hardware won't fit right here as good. I think that's all it really needs to be done. I could probably mount it somewhere else, but I don't know. I may just end up chopping that off anyways and leaving it where it is. I kind of like it right there. But it's just me. We'll see. All right, dude. All right, guys. I got the solid transmission mounts and motor mounts for the Goblin from DF. I'm going to rattle can those real quick and put them on there. All right, guys, we got our rear coilovers done, put together. I'm gonna go ahead and mount those. I've got the solid mounts. They're pretty much dry. I may put them on in a second. We'll see. I don't know if I want to do those yet. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and mount these up. That may be our stopping point for the night. It's not gonna be the stopping point for the video, but maybe where I stop tonight. But we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and start this now. Timeout. Don't do what I just did. I mounted both my knuckles with no drive shafts in yet. So make sure your CV axles are in there, fellas, because I got to take all that apart now because I didn't do it to begin with. It is what it is, learning experience. I'm here to save you from doing this. Don't do it, okay? Because this is gonna suck. Anyways, we'll be back in a minute. So, fixed it, put the drive shafts back in. The best way to do this, if you screw up and you've already got these bolts in, because they're like the notch bolts, you know, so after you pull them through, you have to beat them back out. You guys know what I'm talking about, like the press fit or whatever. Anyways, if you have these bolts in and you've already screwed up and you didn't put your drive shafts in, the easiest thing to do, it was so easy. I just took these 3 bolts out and that bottom bolt, and I took the hubs off and the whole thing came out. Super simple. I'd much rather do that than the alternative. Anyways, I'm gonna put the hubs back on and yeah, start back on everything else. But the shafts are in, so that's over. Yes. Little trick I learned. Big nut like this, like all loose and stuff, crazy. Put your lug on there to sink these in. Go ahead and use your impact. Now that nut will help you pull that whole lug back in there I'm using the lug nut. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I got this side done. I'm just not feeling it too much right now. Kind of not feeling too good right now. But anyways, good days and bad days. Either way, we'll get it done. As you can see, the suspension on this side is pretty much all done except for the tie rod ends and stuff. But if you're wondering, the size socket you use right here on that nut, that's a 30, hang on a second, I think it's a 35 millimeter. Yeah, 35 millimeter. I think I showed the camera, but I'm not sure if the camera was dead. So you can see that it's 35 millimeter. Definitely grab one of those because you will need it. Don't think I really have anything else to say. Make sure, just make sure you put those CV axles on before you put that knuckle on and stuff, because it's a nightmare. Still gotta adjust my shocks to the right height. There's pictures on the forum that show you in inches how high up you need to go with it. But anyways, I gotta do that. I'm gonna torque these down again, and yeah, just make sure everything's super tight and safe, you know, since it's gonna be like me and probably the wife riding in it. Keep everything good to go on that stuff. But yeah, not really crazy about how it looks, because that angle, like the CV axle's coming up, and I don't know, man. Part of me is like, is that right? You know, I feel like the whole suspension should come down more. But maybe it's right. I don't know. You guys tell me if you got some Goblin hunters out there and you're watching this, if you think it looks right on the ride height and everything, let me know. But got to come back and do this side. I'll probably do that this week, and then we'll start on the probably the brakes. There might be an Easter egg in this video hiding that I've not talked about that I got in the mail the other day. So you might get another video in the middle of the week. Anyways, guys, appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. I'll post that that card in that I have. I need to put a link in here for my Instagram. But anyways, I'll put that up there. But guys, subscribe. We're doing really good. It's like 125 subscribers now, so getting there. The car will be on wheels in May, definitely. So I'm gonna have Jacob and some of the guys come up and help me do some more stuff on it, but definitely looking forward to that. Got some really sweet ideas for the wing, and that exhaust is not going to stay the same. The steering wheel won't stay the same, but as for right now, a little bit of money spending at a time. Try not to go too crazy, but eventually all that stuff will get changed out. We got some big things coming. I don't think that will stay there very long either. I think I got some ideas for that. But anyways, like and subscribe, guys, and I appreciate you watching. Comment below if you have any questions or concerns about the kit, if you just want some more info. I didn't tell you guys, it was definitely a ground. As a maintenance guy, you're told to put all trust and faith in your meter, right? Well, we tested for a ground, put it on ohms, and I was getting good signal from the battery to my block. But whenever you go to start it, the starter was just enough to pull the whole motor down. I mean, the whole starter down enough that it wouldn't crank the motor. So that sound was definitely the starter just not engaging all the way. It's much louder since it's not in a car. So it kind of threw me off, but definitely it was a ground. I mean, I can hook a battery cable to the ground of the battery and run it back to the block and hook it on the block, and it cranks right up. I'm so glad it made me look like a fool rather than having to pull the whole block because something was wrong. So yeah, I'll take that any day over having to do something crazy like having to take this whole thing apart. I did not want to do that. Anyways, it was ground. As much as I did not think it was going to be one after using my meter, it's definitely what it was. So be aware of that. Make sure you got good mounting to your motor, because I got powder coat between my mounts. So I'm gonna have to, I'll probably run a whole other line from my battery, like all the way to my block, just to make sure it's got a good solid ground. So we don't have any other issues there. But anyways, I want to get off here. Like, subscribe. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.